Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today going to discuss circumstances and conditions preventing or not preventing, creating or not creating your dream life here and now. So, the myth of nowhere. Things seem to just appear out of nowhere, right? Circumstances. But what if that nowhere is actually now and here? You awareness itself. Cool, hey? And Source does this. Source does this on purpose. Source did this on purpose. He created these ideas where we can play with the words because that's what Source wants to do. The idea of nowhere, non-existence, and somehow being created from the words now and here is not a coincidence, because we can experience it that way. If you can experience it that way, it must already have been that way, right? Something square in front of us. And everything that seems to arise, every thought, emotion, or 3D event doesn't come from some outside mysterious place. It shows up within awareness, right? It shows up now and here. That's all it ever is. What is now in here? Now in here is you as awareness, because no matter what you are contemplating, thinking about, imagining, assuming, or affirming, or seeing in the 3D, or feeling in the non-physical, or knowing in the non-physical, it is and can only be now and here. The time is now, the place is here, because those two things are one idea that create the very existence of now. That means circumstances aren't happening to your physical being. They're happening as your experiencing of reality. Remember, you're not just this, you are this. Altogether, consciously, but experiencing it from the viewpoint of here, right? You can think about it like this. Your house is your house, but you can only look out one window at a time. You are that window looking out, but your house is who you are, right? They don't exist before or beyond your awareness, the circumstances. They exist only in the moment of experiencing right here and right now, not anywhere else. So the idea that something comes from nowhere is just the mind's way of missing that it's always been now here within your own being. What circumstances actually are is things that we just label as circumstances, as whatever seems to stand between us and what we want. Bills, distance, timing, health, lack, rejection, all of it. But if we are honest, these are just conditions appearing in awareness. Be it physical or non-physical, it does not matter in the slightest, because you are awareness first, right? Whatever manifests is manifesting as the true you, which is awareness. So circumstances don't cause anything, nor can they pause anything. They don't block, they are not barriers, they just reflect a version and state that's being experienced nowhere, now and here. You've also had moments where everything felt light and wonderful and nice and sweet and cute and loving and lovely, aligned and effortless, right? Those were circumstances as well, just ones you liked. We don't usually call those circumstances, we just call them, manifested something or other, right? Because the word itself has been given this negative connotation. But the word is neutral. It just means that which is going on, right? The circumstance of my current existence. But really, circumstance just means whatever is being presented right now. It's neutral. And when you see that clearly, you realize, okay, well, those so-called bad circumstances didn't create pain and prevent anything. And the good ones didn't create that peace, and the good ones didn't prevent the bad ones from happening or your continuous experiencing of your desired dream life. So circumstances, good or bad, don't do anything. You are the constant through both, because they are neutral. Now, this inner talking idea that NevilleGoddard presented, where you can drop all processes when your inner talking is knowing of who you are is that everything begins with this inner movement. When you are saying and feeling within yourself that quiet running conversation, right? That's the act of creation, you knowing who you are, consciously speaking yourself into and as. When you start identifying circumstances as cause, the inner talking often shifts into trying to fix, manage, figure things out. But the real creative movement isn't in fixing the 3D. You can't fix it. It's like how I can't fix that noise going on outside. It's just there, right? It's in the returning to knowing yourself as awareness, first cause. And when I say first cause, there's no second one. So it might as well just be cause. So instead of how do I make things change, it becomes what am I being right now? I'm feeling lack, I'm feeling doubt, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. But I know behind it all I'm awareness. So I'm going to assume I am everything, including this now moment and any other one. And you can notice, okay, I'm aware of thoughts that say it's not working. I can't see how it'll happen. Obviously, I can't see how it'll happen. I can't even see who's making that noise. I know who's making that noise, but I can't see it with my eyes. Obviously, I don't have the greater awareness, right? I have no idea when it's going to stop. I know that it does, but that has nothing to do with me physically. And that's because all of that is just an echo of an old assumption that something is going on that is not one with me. You don't have to fight it. You just notice it and return to your knowing that I am, which expresses and experiences everything because it is, and I am everything. Then your inner talking naturally aligns with that knowing. It becomes less of an argument with yourself and more of a quiet conviction and recognition that no matter what I experience, if I feel a desire, I'm going to go straight to that end and experience it. I know who I am. I am the one who is choosing to just experience being the experience of experiencing everything I desire, saying yes to it. Because I'm saying yes to experiencing everything. And I'm allowing myself to know I've chosen from that experiencing of everything what I choose to consciously return to and dwell in and experience consciously. My physical experience. You know, your desired home, your desired car, your desired job, your desired specific person, your desired physical appearance. All of those things. I know I chose that. I know it exists. And everything else is also aligned with it, and I'm experiencing myself as that person, as love. And the doubt, fear, that old, previous idea, I don't like the word old because old implies that something's new, but the only thing that happens is new is your new knowing, but you always had that knowing. So it's not really old and new, right? It's new as an experience to you, as awareness, being greater than what you were previously. So when the doubt and fear shows up, it's not a sign that something's going wrong. It's simply awareness just brushing up against a previous belief that you once held that no longer serves you. Doubt is the mind trying to make something realer, more real, realistic by effort, to grasp it, to prove it, to measure it. I'm not imagining it correctly. I'm feeling the fear, I'm feeling the anxiety, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. This can't happen. This is crazy. But creation doesn't happen by effort, it's just happening by your knowing. You are already knowing that reality. And you are coming up with ways to justify it not existing and existing, but you are staring at it as it. You are staring at it as it, saying why it shouldn't be or why it should be, but you are looking at the very existence of it. I'm saying only acknowledge that that exists. So when those feelings arise, instead of trying to silence them and override them and kick them out, you just acknowledge them fully. Yeah, okay, I'm aware that I'm doubting this like absolute craziness to the point where I don't even like doubting it. And I'm also aware that I am the one who is aware of doubting it. That recognition is just you coming to terms with what you are feeling, not trying to feel something else. You are trying to just allow everything. You are allowing everything. You're not trying to get rid of anything. right? You are not trying to get rid of the doubt. You're not trying to get rid of the fear. You aren't trying to get rid of the anxiety. You are allowing it to all be there, knowing you are awareness and being aware of it. And you are usually just being aware of it because you are actually being aware of what you prefer anyway. Knowing that none of it defines you or limits you. It's not a limitation to feel doubt and fear experiencing your desired end or any desired end, right? It's not a doubt, it's not a limitation to feel all of that while you are feeling your desired end, imagining it, assuming it, choosing it. Because this is where understanding NevilleGoddard comes in, right? He's pointing to the fact that the feeling of effort, of needing to make it happen, comes from forgetting that, hey, this is already happening. This already happened. By knowing of it makes believing harder irrelevant. That's my choice of reality. I know my choice of reality. And because I know my choice of reality, it's the one that I'm choosing. I'm going to choose it. I'm going to return to this feeling, this experiencing, over and over and over. Not like a day job, because it's just what I want to do. And it becomes more natural because you just made it natural, as you made it your resting place naturally. You're knowing that, hey, this is already a natural thing. I don't have to fight this doubt that I'm currently feeling. But I know I made the choice that this is where I am, this is who I am, and this is my reality. That's it. And you can drop the processes because you realize all of those steps and those methods, they're kind of permission slips, training wheels, the practicing to get on the step ladder or something, or right, whatever reasoning you want to come behind it. You understand that Neville's message very clearly is that you don't have to keep imagining forever, because sometimes you end up imagining to keep trying to create the thing. But the thing's already created. Walk in the assumption that it's already done. Walk in the assumption that this is who you are now, and walk in the assumption that you are choosing to experience it as it comes up, or just because you feel like. Because it's fun, because you want to see more of it. You want to experience more of it. Remember, you are awareness first. As awareness, what you're consciously choosing to be, who and what you are, is who and what you are. And you're not waiting for creation to finish itself. It's done. It's completed. It's already continuously unfolding. The evidence that your reality is chosen is you choosing it. Remember, you choosing your reality as the resting place of who and what you are is a manifestation in and of itself, as you, the knowing, moving to the knowing you've made a choice. Everything is a manifestation, including the effect of choosing. And the funny thing is, when you stop trying to make the damn thing happen, it flows more naturally to you. More of this idea comes just naturally to you throughout the day, opposed to fearful thoughts and doubts. It doesn't matter. It's still manifesting regardless of anything, because otherwise why would you be knowing it? And the outer world rearranges itself with no effort, because circumstances come to you and you're experiencing effortlessly, whether they are good or bad in your perception of them, but they are ultimately neutral and meaningless. So, returning to the nowhere, and now here, right? So where do circumstances come from truly? They arise in the now and the here. They can only exist in now and here. So as awareness, remember, as awareness, remember, whatever you are contemplating can only exist now and here. That is the time and space of it. It doesn't matter if you imagine something for 5 minutes. That entire 5 minutes exists now and here. I don't mean as a segmented 5 minutes. I mean every single moment exists now and here, now and here, now and here, now and here, now and here. And even though I have to physically do that in the 3D, all of that is now and here, now and here, now and here, now and here, now and here. There's no space between them. There's no broken link. It is seamless creation in one explosively knowing, non-local, infinite point where all this exists now and here, and you are that infinite point. Phew, what a phrase that was. The real shift happens when you stop labeling experiences against you. It's not against you. It's not even with you. It's just within you. Remember, if you're watching a movie, if you remove the character from whatever circumstances that they are experiencing, who are those circumstances affecting? Nobody, because there's no one there. So the circumstances can't exist anymore because they're just appearances of something happening that don't affect anyone. And if they don't affect anyone, they're just there. It's the same thing with you. If you removed yourself physically from the circumstances, they're not actually affecting anyone or anything. But it's because you think you are. It's because you think you are able to remove yourself physically from them. Is why you think those circumstances are doing something to you and against you. But you must realize the entire picture of the circumstances you are experiencing, and you actually come from you, the real you. You're creating the picture of it. So return to the knowing of I am aware, I am choosing, I am being. And from that state, you simply allow yourself to feel, to know, to exist as your chosen experience, not to make it real, but because it is already real in your awareness. You're going to choose to see it real. And that's what makes this all effortless. When I say effortless, I don't mean you're never going to have a little speed bump now and then, right? There's plenty of them. So the moment you know that now here is you, the game of trying to get there ends, because you know whatever you are experiencing is a literal now and here, literally now and here. And you are the now and here. No matter what you are contemplating, it can only be contemplated now and here. You are first cause. Circumstances only ever exist in the now and here as you, right? That's it. End of story. It's done. Perfect. And your dream circumstances present themselves now and here, because you are the presenter of it. So that being said, much love, much light. Thank you for the comments as always. They are always wonderful. They're always beautiful, and I always appreciate them. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for the general beingness here in my channel and in the community. Quite rapidly growing, quite wonderfully so, right? Crossed over like a new threshold of subscribers on Facebook and here as well. Thank you for joining the Facebook page and the TikTok page, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.